I really hate to be the dude that fucks with us.
You think? I mean, hell.
Yeah, buddy.
Why, hello, clean boys and dirty girls.
Welcome to the Sweats.
The Sweats and Steve Show.
A feel-good podcast.
Seems like you guys have fun on there. It's pretty cool.
All together now.
It's easy.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
To sweat and become a clean one today.
Have a nice day.
I'm Sweats.
And I'm Steve.
I used to be an average, ordinary guy. So one day a pair of magical glasses fell from the heavens and gave me the powers and rhythms of an electronic future. Now with my glasses and my cousin Steve,
I just like to be on the internet.
we're ushering in the future electronic.
Sweats.
Steve, this is the Sweats and Steve Show.
Yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 59 of the Sweats and Steve Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As you can see, I'm clearly in our nation's capital right now, where in this month has been the scene of many happenings going on, at least for us here in the States. But and we have a lot to talk about. But before we get in, I know, it's a lot to talk about. But first, we have to give some proper introductions. First and foremost, welcome to the show. I'm your co-host, one of your co-hosts, Sweats, as well as the one and only Steven Villarreal.
My last name.
I don't know. It just flows off the tongue. It just flows
I
off.
don't understand why we need to put my last name in there. I'm already in a bad mood. Kaz is here. My head hurts. It's not going to be a long night for me. I'm just going to put it out there.
Can we drop some S's in the chat to get Steve through this episode? He's battling a headache right now. Hold on, let me balance this out a little bit. Also tonight we have none other than the infamous Woobs. Welcome. Woobs, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling better than Steven.
I think we're all feeling better than Steve right now. Hopefully his recovery is a speedy one within the next couple minutes. And then on top of that, to join us today, we also have another very special guest that you haven't seen on the Sweats and Steve Show in a minute in person, but here he is, Kaiju. Welcome. Kaz, how's it feel to be back here on the Sweats and Steve Show?
I don't know. Steve has a headache, bro. I
No,
I was expecting more from Steve, and we're not gonna get a lot of Steve. I can feel it.
It's only been 2 minutes.
You gotta give it
not enough. I haven't had
I'm
enough.
not
Steve.
a monkey. I am not a monkey where it's just like Steve's on there and Steve has
Yeah,
I didn't call you a monkey. All right, that's.
You gotta give him time to cook. Now you gotta give him time to cook. But welcome everyone to the show. Shout out to Based Buzz. He says yes, SNS fire. Shout out, drop a B in the chat for Based Buzz if you could. Thank you. And for those of you tuning in eventually, make sure to like and share and subscribe. But yes, welcome to episode number 59. It's August 1st, but it still kind of feels like July in my head. But we started the first week of July with one episode that got blocked, but we're coming again with another one because there's been so much happening after
blocked?
that. Yeah, we got blocked.
Why?
Yes.
What do we do?
For
We got blocked.
the prejudicism.
No.
I wasn't gonna say it. I stayed away from it. All right.
That's not true. That's not true. We got blocked because of the Hulk Hogan theme song, that's why we had.
Which was pretty prejudiced. Sweats.
No, that wasn't prejudice. It was that and the James Brown song, but never fear, because thank you, Cassie, for Bass Buzz. Thank you for that. It was because of the copyright with the music, which, by the way, I don't want to take the time to pull it up, but we did start our own Rumble account for the Sweats and Steve show. I just uploaded the first 2 episodes that we ever did, and they're slowly gonna start trickling in. And definitely, the purpose of it is to archive the ones that YouTube decided just to take off, which is actually like 2, 3, or 4. So I mean, there's some pretty cool episodes in there that you're missing out. That every platform is missing out on. But hopefully, Rumble stays less censorship and more free speech and But we'll see what happens. But those episodes, all episodes, including this one, will be uploaded to there eventually. So I just want to make that little announcement. But anyway, man, July has been one doozy. I guess there's really no way to kind of kick it off except for the video itself. Now listen, let me give a little bit of a disclaimer. Here on the Sweats and Steve show, we don't really care what your political alliances may be. We don't care how you vote. We are here to entertain above and above all else, okay? So what we're doing, this is a major like I said, was telling Steve and Woobs, this is like a major historical event that has happened in our lifetime. And like everyone, I mean, it's not as talked about, I guess, but I mean, just this whole month in general has been so much to process. And like, it's something that we I feel like we have to cover, and it'll be cool to like it's one of those things like you go down like 10 years from now and like it's something that you can like your children will ask you like, oh, where were you when this happened, or yada yada.
I don't think anybody's gonna ask me where was I when Donald Trump almost got assassinated.
Dude,
first of all, I just want assassinations to be done with. I don't understand. Again, I'm not a political person. I'm a citizen of the U.S. and I want what's best for the U.S. I don't know what's best with the U.S. with the current climate that we have, but can we just be done with assassinations? Can we just can we just leave those in the past? Can we just be done with it?
Well,
I just don't want to see anyone get assassinated. That's all. And I don't care who it is. Just no more assassinations.
We're going to get into some of the potential conspiracies. That's the other angle about it too, is that there's a lot of political intrigue, and not even in the sense necessarily of the actual politics behind it, but like just the inner workings of like power and like the stuff of conspiracies, which we've talked about plenty of times here on the show. and it lends itself perfectly. And there's just a lot to go over, which is like, boom, it's perfect. Sweats and Steve show, conspiracy theories equals fire. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Hey, I have an issue. I have an issue and I need it rectified. Otherwise, I'm done with the show for the night.
All right.
Why are you above Woobs, and Kaz is above me? I don't understand that.
Natural order, bro. It's just natural order.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be important. My name's on the marquee in this, but for some reason, my body is underneath our guests.
That was my mistake.
Hey, can we go back to the thumbnail for a second?
Okay, let me pull it up 1 second. Right here.
It looks like Woobs is Donald Trump right there. Was that on purpose?
That was intentional. That was very. It looked like Woobs is holding up his fist.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Woobs holding up his fist in as a powerful stance can unite this nation. I think so. What do you guys think?
It's a good PR stunt, Woobs.
Look at that, smiling through the pain. There you go. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So I guess there's really no other way to kind of get it started but to actually show the clip. I don't think there should be any problem showing the clip, considering that it's been everywhere and like
What does it matter? We're not going to get any money from doing this show.
I know it's not going to get any money, but I just YouTube and they could be on some bullshit whenever I want to share something and take you down.
Steven, you woke up grumpy, Steven. That headache got you messed up, Steven.
I don't know what to say about that.
It's not the headache.
There it is.
It's because I'm here.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me go to all panels, actually. Oh, no. It's just going to fuck it up. No, actually, I'll just keep it like that. Let me share the screen and let's watch the video. Let's take it back just a few weeks ago, July 13th. I don't know what necessary time. I'll tell you what I was doing. I was going to Jersey Mike's to get 2 sandwiches for me and my girlfriend. Shout out to Fatuma. I remember clear. What's that?
What kind of sandwich did you get?
I got a Chipotle steak Philly. What's that?
What did Fatuma get?
She likes the chicken Chipotle.
Okay.
I was at Great America.
Really?
Yeah, I was at Great America.
Where were you at, Cass? Or Kaiju?
I was on the roof.
You're on the roof? Yeah, you left him high and dry, huh?
No. I think I was like mowing my lawn or something like that. Not gonna lie.
All right.
Steve, is that your real voice?
Is this my real voice?
Yeah, or is that or is that a voice you're making?
Is there something wrong with my voice?
It does sound weird.
Here, hold on.
Is this better, Daddy?
Ooh. No, it's not.
We can do whichever voice. I can make it like higher, lower. I can add an echo. I can put on auto tune.
I don't understand why it's raspy and soft at the same time.
Dude.
That's how the lady likes it. When I whisper sweet nothings in her ear, she's just like, yeah, that's what I wanted to hear was that voice.
Oh wait,
and I don't know where I was because my phone is always on do not disturb and I didn't get the alert. So I know it happened.
There was an alert.
It happened, and I don't know where I was.
Let me. I kind of want to see if I could switch my thing up. Hold on.
Was there like a national emergency alert or something?
No. It's like
okay.
I remember just like going through like social media and it came up. There was no national alert.
I think it happened on I think I got how if you have an iPhone you have those.
Yeah.
What is it? The like political alerts or whatever. What is this thing called? That's where the news alerts or whatever on iPhone. That's where I got it. Like apparently Katie Ledecky is now the most decorated American woman in political Olympic history. Whatever. Bless you. Whoever sneezed, bless you.
But yeah, that's what I was doing. I remember just like driving back and just seeing it on Twitter. I was like, oh shit, because I didn't know necessarily like if like it was a successful attempt or if it was. So it was a little bit like concerning. But yeah, let's go. Let's show the clip and actually get to it. Let me pull it up here. Let me share my screen. Share audio. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see that. Let me switch this up a little bit.
What is this on the side of it? Call 844-422-9151 for what?
Preserve gold. That looks like a safe company. All right, this is the only. I mean, there's tons of videos probably, but this is how the feed on Newsmax. So let's go ahead and give it a watch here.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over, and look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really...
What's that?
Did Kaz leave?
He probably went to go get a drink or something.
Does he know that we're live and he needs to check in with us when he leaves? Do you not understand how this works?
I don't know. We have to educate him.
We need to start vetting our guests a little more.
All right, let's see. Let's keep watching.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
Ooh.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Moving to the stair. Stair, get ready. Stair, get ready. We ready? Down. Down. Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're good to move. We're clear. Let's move. Let's move. We're clear. Come on. Let me get my shoes. Got you, sir. I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir. Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
What happened to his shoes?
Okay, here we go.
Watch out.
This is where the iconic photo came in. People just watching it now. It's very dramatic. It's very dramatic. Like, I was like, just watching it, I kind of get chills a little bit.
What is the hand over the head gonna do? What does that do?
Okay, we're gonna get into
It's a bulletproof hand, bro.
What does that do?
It's a bulletproof hand, bro. The bulletproof hand,
It's a Secret Service hand, bro. You know Secret
Service
Service have bulletproof hands?
Notice the Secret Service here. We're gonna get into it further, but okay. She's struggling there. She's struggling.
Why are so many people angry? Look at this guy. He keeps going up and giving the middle finger.
Everyone in the Secret Service has diamond hands.
Why are they all giving the middle finger?
To the shooter.
The shooter's not on that over there.
And he's in that direction.
Okay, so that's just the immediate clip that came up. Now there's multiple angles. In the days that followed, there were multiple angles of the incident coming out. All right, lady, quiet. We're speaking. There were multiple angles that came out that kind of give a little bit more to like what was going on and stuff like that.
Take the whole Costco.
Let me see here, because I had sent us some of these videos. There's one recently that came out like within this week, I think, that was really like that was different from everything else that had come out before, which is like really okay. Now this one is crazy. All right, now look at this. It gives a different perspective. It obviously is showing like, look at the roof. From it's same thing, just different perspective. Let's give it a watch.
Still keep reading up for a couple of minutes. The world will see a vibrant Republican.
Okay, I don't think.
Still keep reading up for a couple of minutes. The world will see a vibrant Republican.
Okay, so I don't think they get all of the incident unfolding, but this is like one that I just stumbled across within the last 48 hours, and you can kind of see now with the roof being so close and being unsecured. You know, that's kind of where we get into sort of the political intrigue and the conspiracy behind it. Because the days that followed, before we go on to that, let's kind of like, what are your guys' thoughts like just seeing this? Like, how did it make you feel like when you saw it? You know what I mean? Like, I guess Steve, you go first while I run some video.
I'm. What really happened? I mean, he was shot at, right? Like nothing happened,
right? But upon seeing like the footage, was it like, did it like make you feel like, oh shit, this is crazy? I mean, I'm sure that's like the feeling of like pretty much everyone that like kind of saw it.
In my entire life, of all the crazy things that I've witnessed and done, like that is pretty mild for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, Steven.
Yeah.
Steve's seen some things and some stuff, bro.
Wait, what? What's another crazy thing?
What have you seen crazier than that?
Do you really want me to say it? It's not appropriate. It's going to ruin the day. We're going to end the show when I say it.
I kind of want to know. Like, I think the people kind of want to know. Wait a minute. How are you gonna...
He said, "We'll end the show."
It'll end the show. Because after I say it, there's no coming back from it.
All right, so
there's nothing we can say. There's nothing we can do.
Clearly,
it's about my dad. So
if you want to get to Steve,
I'm not talking about that. I mean, obviously, that's like that hits home. That's we're talking about like things that are more.
It's inconceivable what I had to do. It's
right, exactly. But I think that we're more so along the lines of like things that are extemporaneous to us, like not personally. Obviously, like with Uncle, like that, like is gonna hit like as hard as it can hit, you know, with you. And
yeah.
But I'm talking. I think we're talking about other things like world events that kind of happen around us, not necessarily to us. You know what I mean?
I mean, like if I compare this to like this or the World Trade Center, obviously I feel like, oh shit, World Trade Center was worse. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's like a mass like casualty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This to me was like nothing. He got shot at. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if he was like a foot over from where he was standing,
that's
theoretically
would be. Yeah, we'd be burying him right now, right?
Something happened though. There's a lot of things that happened. There's a reason it happened, and there's a reason every piece of mainstream media kept your eyes on this and not on what's actually going on. There's a lot behind all of it, but. To the naked eye, it's just an assassination attempt. And to some people, it's not, especially with a president or a presidential candidate like Trump, it's not affecting people as much because it's hard to take it seriously. It's hard to take him seriously, like the way he speaks, the way he presents himself. Like it's almost like, and if you watch any of the stuff that's happened afterwards with like presidents like or the candidates like talking and doing their debates, like Kamala Harris had Quavo come up and talk for him, and then she had Megan Thee Stallion come up and open like a performance before giving her speech where Megan Thee Stallion like twerked on stage in front of everyone for a political like movement. It's like it kind of shows you, because then Trump also, his first rally outside of this was he walked out to
which we have
50 Cent song.
Yeah.
I have the video.
Real things, or are you guys making this up?
No, this is
real. He walked out to the
happening.
Yeah, he walked out to the 50 Cent theme song.
This is. I don't know if it was that. It was like his actual appearance after the fact of when it happened.
No, it was the one in Wisconsin.
I think it's this one. Though. Let me pull it up.
It's so funny, bro. It's just crazy.
Okay, so this is, I don't know what the thing on the screen is with the letter, but this is, well, let me see it. Because obviously the video where he had the little ear, the bandage over his ear. Let me see. And if you have any, if you find any videos, Cass, or anything that you could like kind of reference and stuff, let me know and I'll share your screen.
Yeah, I don't know what you've pulled up and what you haven't pulled up.
Call me old school, but I just feel that elections should be won based on thought process and plans, and not social media. Call me.
I mean, in a sensible world, I mean, I don't think anyone would agree with you, Steve. I mean, I don't think anyone would disagree with you, but I mean, it's crazy times that we're living in, man.
What does the electoral vote say? Who's gonna win?
Here, wait, but before we do that,
right now it's neck and neck right now between him and Kamala.
Let's take a little a look at I guess some sort of visual that someone had made, because like Wood was saying, like if he had turned his head a little bit more, then the bullet would have like gone through.
Okay, before we go through, let's just make it clear from everyone's perspective. There's like three things that could have happened. This could have been one, an actual assassination attempt where this kid who's 20 years old managed to get up on that roof and made an attempt. Two, it could have been planned by the Democratic side, or three, it could have been planned by the Republican side. And that's like the three real possibilities here. So everyone that's here, which one of the three do you think it would be before you
This is my least favorite show that we've done.
But Steve,
Kaz, if you're saying that it could have been anyone, but he can't trust nobody then, right?
Well, unless he was in on it.
No,
This is
he
my
got
least
it.
favorite
He got it in the ear. I don't know how really.
But did he? But no, there's like a lot of stuff that's surfaced outside. And this is me. I play devil's advocate on all sides. I don't really know what happened. I don't really care. But I've watched like a lot of, because I was gonna be on this. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at all the shit that I can look at. And there's like a lot of stuff that's come up. And one thing about Trump that people don't like think about in this relation is he's an actor. He was literally like in the WWE at one moment, wrestling, using fake blood, the whole nine. So like, how could we put it past the capability? Because there's a lot of like weird stuff about it. Like, did the bullet really just miss and hit his ear? And if it hit his ear, why did the blood splat into the front of his face and not like out to the back of his head? There's like a whole bunch of different things. If you look at the aerial view.
Okay. Hold on.
Wait,
I want to know, but didn't somebody die in the background?
Well,
we have a shower thought.
We gotta do.
That's the rule of the show.
We haven't done a shower thought in a long time. Hold on. This is epic. Hold on.
Not many women have seen urinal cakes. I don't know how to say that word. Urinal cakes.
You're a little rusty, cousin. You're a little rusty.
Urinal. Why is it so hard to say urinal? Not many women have seen urinal cakes. Can we lighten it up? Golly, we're talking about conspiracy.
No, that's what we need you for, cousin, to come in with the shower thoughts to lighten the mood. Because I mean, yes, this is very heavy stuff, and to play devil's advocate to your point, Kaz, or what the point that you're making at least, someone did lose their life. You know what I mean? It's from what we know. So it's like, if it's like a plan, if it's like a setup sort of thing, and it's everyone's in on it, obviously not everyone is in on it because someone actually died, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But there is a lot of strange happenings concerning this, and in the days to follow. Now kind of seeing this, we take the attention over to like the Secret Service, which the days that followed was crazy on Twitter. We turn our attention to this lady who was the now former director of the Secret Service, Kim Cheadle, which she has already resigned. But there was so many questions coming up after it, like, Why wasn't the building secured? Why didn't they do that? Like something about the roof being like some excuse that they made about the roof being sloped, so they couldn't put on one. Let's see actually Kim Cheadle in the days or week that followed here in Congress. I don't know what she's saying specifically, but let's take a look.
I would be remiss if I did not also extend my condolences on the passing of your colleague, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Ms. Jackson Lee was always engaged in the oversight of the Secret Service, and her passing is a great loss to this body.
Wait a minute. Let me read this post. Let me see, because this says Secret Service commonly confirmed that she was involved in the oversight of the Secret Service. Passed away 6 days after the assassination attempt. This is okay. I guess this is one angle that I guess she was this other woman that passed away was a part of it. But long story short, basically, you know, this woman who was in charge of the Secret Service, like I think the top of the top, was grilled over it, and she eventually resigned because of it. Because I mean, she obviously was getting a lot of flack considering, you know, all the kind of like failures to kind of secure everything. I'm trying to look and see if there's more sort of footage I could look at. Let me see here. Okay, we have a video here that was taken. I'm trying to see.
Yes, Beaver County sniper scene and sent a picture out. This is it.
It says new body cam footage from the rooftop after Donald Trump's assassination attempt has been released, and offers heard saying Secret Service took multiple pictures of Thomas Crooks before the shooting occurred. That's another thing that was coming up in the days to follow. It was like that the snipers had a location on him, but like something like how like they were requesting like a chance to like take him out, but they were telling him to stand down. This is one video, I guess, of them after the fact.
Yes, that they sent yes, Beaver County sniper scene and sent the pictures out. This is him. Okay.
Rifle right there, obviously.
Got it.
Oh shit.
The bike in the back.
Oh shit.
Is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know. So
I
you're
don't know.
just treating that as suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right, so if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike.
I will say it seems like an odd choice to have a rally there, given all the high round.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's...
Well, like the oh shit! Please don't show him. Oh god, hold on. I don't know if they're good. I mean, they're blocking it obviously, but YouTube is.
I don't know if we should. This is I don't know that. I think we should pivot and do something else. This is This
no, you don't have to.
On, Steve.
You don't have to go into the graphic shit.
No, we don't have to go into the graphic shit.
Okay. So essentially, to like
I didn't watch
deter this into a different direction. All right. Basically, like this is what's really weird about it, and I'm just gonna go and play devil's advocate for this being staged. That's gonna be my role right now. All right. I'm not gonna play any other sides. I'm just gonna like drive this home. I don't really like and clarity. I don't believe anything out of this all. I think anything's possible. Anything could have happened.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here and just give you all the crazy conspiracies because there's a very large amount of them. One of the funny things about the Kim Cheadle thing being the head of Secret Service is before she became head of Secret Service, Joe Biden brought her in to be head of Secret Service, first of all. But second of all, before that happened, she was head of security for Pepsi. She wasn't like in the government. There was no military existence. There was no nothing. And then all of a sudden from like Pepsi to head of Secret Service makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would Joe Biden even like consider that as the move?
Okay. Well, Kaz, let me.
I'm sorry, bro. That's just crazy.
Kaz, let me stop there.
You gotta protect that Pepsi secret formula, Kaz.
I don't know anything about this lady's background, but maybe she has transferable skills, Kaz. Okay?
She looks sad.
But if it were to protect your life, and theoretically, you're a big figure like the president of the United States, head of security for Pepsi, or someone who's like really high up in the military? What would you choose?
Hey,
I mean that's a rock and a hard place.
No, it's not
You
though.
gave
It's
me
so
a rock and a-
obvious,
you gave me
bro.
a rock and a hard place.
Oh.
I mean, who was supposed to be? Who were the other candidates? I don't know who the other candidates were. Maybe she applied on
no one
Indeed and
knows.
sent the reference letter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, but you have to admit it's just kind of
It's a
interesting.
jump. I'll give you. It's a jump.
Like, from Pepsi straight to that, like ahead of Secret Service, but then to even make it like stranger. All right, typically in a situation like this, and this all lined up really weird. I'll say this, and this made it look really bad for the Democratic side, but basically, Trump and any former president, by law, have secret security, like Secret Service protection, for 10 years after presidency. 10 years, a decade, and they introduced a bill to try to take that Secret Service protection away from him, conveniently, like about a month before all of this, because of his indictments with his felonies. They said they tried to introduce a bill saying if you've ever had a felony, specifically a felony, that you don't get the Secret Service protection anymore, which is also really strange because regardless, he was president, and the felony even makes it more difficult because then he's going to need the protection more. And it's not like he got a felony for something that was like hurting someone, right?
I guess my whole thing about this is these conspiracies don't make sense, because if you were to get rid of somebody in such a public fashion, that's pretty sloppy. And I would imagine that it'd be like, oh, he goes in his sleep, or, you know, if you are think about it from a Game of Thrones perspective. Are you going to really like get rid of
Briefing with
someone in a public fashion and create all this mess? Or are you going to find an easier route from a assassination standpoint? So that's where it doesn't make sense to me. I haven't spent a ton of time looking into it, but if they haven't solved JFK's assassination, what makes me think that I'm going to solve Donald Trump's by being on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it is? You know what I mean?
Well, I think the big difference now is our own ability to see things compared to what it was back then. So like now everyone has a computer in their pocket with a camera.
Yeah, I respect
everything's everywhere.
I respect what you're saying, but according to the last great poet in U.S. history, Notorious B.I.G., I hope you creeps got receipts. You know what I mean? Like there would be a money trail somewhere that would lead back to an appropriate party. You know what I mean? And if you really want to get down to it, follow the money and not necessarily, you know, who has the most likes and whatnot. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hold on to that, because there is a money trail.
Okay.
There actually is a huge money trail, all right?
Okay.
But
okay, well,
it's pretty crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Pull up some references, Cass, because you're
before I pull up anything on that. Hold on. How do I
share your screen?
I just got to go get something upstairs real quick. See, this is what you're supposed to do when you check in and check out, Kaz. Don't just walk away from your computer screen. You're a guest on this show, damn it.
Wait, what did I do?
You walked away without announcing your exit to get a drink or whatever. Like
you were playing your little intro thing. How do I
share your screen?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta
real quick. Shout out to MVP Frost
over here.
Face blue wide eyes. Welcome, MVP Frosty. Welcome.
All right, here.
Okay, we have some more. We're gonna share your screen here, buddy.
All right. So what we are looking at here, and this is before we get into money trails or any of that craziness. Like this is just pure speculation. And like I said, not just cell phone footage on everybody, right? Yeah. But conveniently enough, we have Google Maps, right? So we can actually like map out the area and see everything as citizens. And the reason this is such a big deal, because like up until this date, a potential or possible false flag being this obvious and this much in our faces hasn't really existed. So like this is huge. And unfortunately, and I'll just put it this way. All right. Mark Twain once said, "It's easy to fool someone, but it's hard to convince someone that they've been fooled. All right, now remember that as Steve battles me this whole time. All right, okay. So, anyways, so this is supposedly where the shooter was, right, on this roof, and this is where Trump was. This is where our snipers were. Okay, now there's been a lot of situations that unfolded out of this situation, but like there's some weird, when you watch video footage, you can add it all up together. For lack of time, because I know this isn't going to be like an 8-hour show. You guys definitely encourage you to go do your own research, look into your own stuff, figure out what you might think, and stay woke or whatever you want to take out of it. It is what it is. But the shooter sitting here, right? One, this is like 400 meters, I think, away or something. Yeah. And Secret Service is supposed to have 500 meter like radius covered, 500 meter. So there should have been Secret Service on this roof, just like there were snipers on this roof. It doesn't make sense that there wasn't. But what's even crazier, and this is what's like insane to me, is that these buildings right here, this is where the police were staging. So this is where they were staging for all the protection and everything. So there are literal like federal officers in these buildings that the shooter's on top of. And you're telling me that he just came up, climbed the ladder, and got up there without anybody noticing? Insane. It's insane to me. All right. Now, there's a lot more to the story, but essentially, there were 3 individuals that had previously been arrested at Trump rallies for obviously something enough to get arrested. They did not like Trump. And one of those individuals, there is video footage that someone caught on their cell phone of him getting taken into a triage tent in handcuffs, and it's definitely the individual. The big conspiracy here is, one, if this shooter was right here aiming at Trump and Trump turned to the right, and when you watch the video and you can see the snipers in the background up here looking straight over towards the shooter, right? Trump turns this way, then how did his right ear get hit if his right ear would be like right here? It didn't make sense. It didn't add up. Is that one of the 3 people were actually over here on this water tower, and that's what hit his ear. That's one of the theories. There's many different theories. There's another theory that Trump's people knew that the Democrats were going to attempt an assassination, and instead of backing down, they had 2 guys over here shoot the guys that were actually like perpetrators, and then all of the cameras were staged on this area where said person died, so that everyone was focused on this and not on this. But there's a lot of video of some really suspicious like bullet contrails hitting the back of seats over in this area on this side. All these videos exist. You can go look at them. I'm just explaining what I've seen, and basically like, and I'm not saying this guy did or didn't die, but I'm also not saying like if let's just say theoretically in American history, our government has fooled us, right? Let's just stand on that stance, and let's just say like maybe 9/11 was an inside job, which is a massive conspiracy, right? Then who's to say one human life isn't worth it to our government to fool us? Who's to say that, right? Regardless, and it's not to disrespect that human life at all. Yeah. It's just like, are we really so naive to think that our government wouldn't sacrifice one person for their greater goal, right? It's if they're really this like massive agency. So when you look at all of the aerial perspective, the snipers, everything in between, a lot of it doesn't add up. A lot of it doesn't fit what is being shown and what they're saying happened. There's a lot of things that like conspired afterwards as well. But as far as this goes, I think that's pretty much the main gist of what I would show. I'm not showing any of the other stuff just because I don't want to get too like graphic, but these are things that are on the table about the conspiracies.
Okay. Base Buzz says Kaiju is in on it. And K the Slot says, I know a little about politics, but I'm here from Kaiju's Live. Well, welcome.
I just
welcome K the Slot.
Listen, I'm gonna just say this, right? I'm gonna leave it at this. My favorite conspiracy theories are around aliens because that's kind of like fun and like I don't want to talk about the government doing certain things. You know what I mean? Like I'm just on the show to have a good time. I'm not on the show to like do all that.
I think maybe the
What are we doing though?
But why is it a bad thing? That's what why is it not fun?
Because here's the thing, Steve.
Because it's scary?
I think probably because it feels different because it's actually happened within our lifetimes. I mean, 9/11, did happen in our lifetimes, but I was too young to even fathom that. I know, you guys probably like, Cass, how old are you again?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I was young. I was young. I was in elementary school for sure.
Okay, but okay, so yeah, take out 9/11, JFK, or the Bay of Pigs, or stuff like that. Like that, is so far back.
There's conspiracies around all of that too.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, we have far less of attachment to it because we weren't around, and I guess maybe the culture sort of different culture around it was sort of different. But with this one, like, it happened like within this month. And, we all live here in the States, so that it affects us even more. So I guess maybe that's why it feels like it's not like it feels a little off compared to the other things. You know what I mean? What's up, Whoops?
I was gonna say, what major thing like got you guys shook?
Like, with this event, or like in general?
Or like in general events, like because we've been around for a long time. Like, what was like? It seems like this one bothers Steve, right? So, like, what's one main thing?
I just don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, it really didn't happen. Like, he just got shot in the ear. He got grazed in the ear, right? But like compared to like other like significant events, what's one event that got you shook?
Go ahead, Cass. You look like you have something on your mind.
Chester Bennington.
Oh, Chester Bennington.
Oh,
I dove down that rabbit hole so hard. I'm not even gonna lie. that one messed me up, bro. Because there's so much to that is, and it's disgusting to me what's happening in our world and how many people just like want to like turn a blind eye to this because like and we're sitting on like a lot of weird stuff happening in our world right now that directly correlates to like, and I feel like they all like kind of like interconnect. Even like when you talk about alien conspiracies. Yeah,
the guy from Linkin Park. I thought maybe more along the line of major catastrophes, like. Well,
what happened with that one? What happened with?
Okay, so essentially he unalived himself. That's what the story is. But long story short, he was about to unfold and reveal a very large amount of information in direct correlation to Pizzagate. If you don't know what Pizzagate is, just Google it because you don't want to like say too many terms or anything like that.
I never heard of any of this.
PDF files?
No, Pizzagate is the coined term for child slavery, child like endangerment in terms like.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What he was gonna like? He was gonna like open it up.
Chris Cornell
celebrities
was,
and all that.
Chris Cornell was and died a month before the day of, and then that information like got passed to Chester, who was like best friends with Chris.
Wait, didn't Pizzagate involve like Hillary Clinton's email?
See, it's a whole nother like rabbit hole, and they all connect. I promise, including the aliens, Steve.
I really want to come back to that, but I want to focus a little bit more on this before we go on to that because I'll
say this. This is why it's entertaining to me because I'm a big true crime person. I like weird things in life. I think even aliens and talking about all of that is very interesting and it intrigues me. The reality is I think that we can't guarantee what we do and don't know. It's kind of like when you're dealing with someone who deals with the paranormal, right? And Steve's ears are getting all hot, right? We don't get to say what we do and don't know indefinitely on certain things. And when that's the case, that's when I'm intrigued. It doesn't have anything to do with like entertainment value or anything like that. It's just like, this is something that I like to talk about because no one can stand up and say for sure what exactly happened in a conspiracy theory. That's what you can go down all these paths and see all of these different things and possibilities. And it's just like, partially because it's scary. It's kind of terrifying because what exactly is being hidden from us? What are we like supposed to see? And then what are we like, what's just going like right over our head? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what does that mean for us and for our lives and for our kids' lives and for their kids' lives and our country and everything in between?
I'm a simple man. I don't want to know certain things. You know what I mean? I don't want to know if this was a conspiracy. Certain things I'm like, look, I agree people do weird things. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying that, we've been fooled. The thing is, it doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? Like, I choose to live a very simple life. I don't want to deal with all this other stuff. I just want to be a husband, a father. I want to be left the fuck alone. And that's it. You know what I mean?
I think that's what most Americans want. But
right.
What if that's taken from you?
A lot. I'm gonna make a serious point, but yeah, a lot of weird things go around here. I'm literally nobody said anything. I'm literally at the state capitol. Nobody said a goddamn word. What the hell, man? I literally traveled all the way over here. Okay, I guess it's not that funny.
He's like, I'm trying to carry this.
I thought people would really appreciate. Does anyone appreciate my background? Damn it! I literally went to the state capitol for this shit. Damn it. Let's see. Kay the Sloth says Pizzagate was terrible. All celebs and major politicians. Shout out to Puffy. Welcome, Puffy. He says, then it was the aliens, and it was always aliens. The Earth is an entertainment planet show for the aliens. Okay.
It was the Venusians.
Oh yeah, the Venusians.
The Venusians. You don't know about the Venusians?
I thought you were talking about the Mnuchins, like Steve Mnuchin and the Mnuchin family, like,
No.
Okay.
Venusian. V.
Okay, we'll get to the Venusians. Okay, but there's a lot to unpack here, but basically a lot of stuff happened after the fact, a lot of conspiracies, and that brings us to the next thing that happened. I don't know, it was I think I sent it to you guys in our group chat for me and Wibbs and Steve, but when after that, then all of a sudden, which again leads to more conspiracies, is that Joe Biden dropped out of the race. Okay, and I think this tweet here kind of like explains it. Let's recap this historic day. Joe Biden suddenly resigns via X. White House staff finds out 1 minute later. Joe Biden resignation letter, not an official letterhead. Biden's signature suspect underlined. Steve Ricchetti helped write letter. Jill Biden tweets heart emoji response. Is that real? I didn't even know that. White House. What is Jill Biden a Zoomer? I don't even know. White House wipes Biden's schedule. White House chief of staff calls cabinet, manages comms. Frank Biden confirms health a factor. Family suggests Biden may have terminal illness. Joe Biden holds no live press conference. Where is Joe? Okay, with the where is Joe thing, that was trending on Twitter a little bit after he resigned too, but eventually he came back out. A few inches taller, it turns out.
Bro, it's something. It's something.
But yeah, so I guess like I guess yeah, where's the letter at? Yeah, this was the letter that came out. And, I remember seeing this and just like it just was like weird because all sort of things pointed to him being, trying to get reelected and stuff, and then he drops out, and then it's kind of like a even more of a shit show, which again going back to the days that follow, like people were asking where is he, like some Congress women or whatever, men and women were like saying, oh, show a proof of life and stuff like that. Eventually he did come out. So all that sort of thing was went over. But Yeah. So I guess people who voted for Biden in 2020 and, you know, or maybe looking forward to try to get him reelected, I guess, you know, I would like to know someone who voted for Biden to see how they feel about him dropping out. But
I
I mean,
voted for Biden.
okay, how do you feel? How do you feel about him? Like, how do you feel about this whole situation? Like, did you want him to stay in? Did you want him to like someone else to take over, or like what? How are you feeling? How did you feel when you saw this? And again, we don't care. We don't care how you feel. Like, however you vote, however you feel. It's all for entertainment. You know, we're just having fun and just rolling with the conspiracies. But go ahead, Cass.
Well, I think that after like 4 years of him, I was good with not having Biden. I ain't really. It is what it is at this point. Like, and I think even beforehand, it was still like you're just voting between like a giant turd and like a absolute like imbecile. That's what it. Like, we don't have good choices on the table. It's just two bad choices, and you just have to pick the greater of the bads. But
were you like kind of rolling with some of the conspiracies that followed after he posted this resignation letter on Twitter?
The only one that I actually like looked into, and it was solely because like I thought it was like funny, but also like kind of weird because it could be true, and I feel like anyone can fool anyone, right? Is this concept that Biden's been dead for a while, and there's like these like it's like a really elaborate mask, and they've had an actor playing Biden for a while now.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you right there, because that leads perfectly into this other video.
Wait, before you do it, share my screen real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Where's it at? Let's see.
This is the most top tier part of the Joe Biden. This is when everyone probably realized he needed to step down.
All right.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. What's made so?
He almost had to make America great again. He almost did it. He was this close.
Oh man!
Tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it.
he backs himself out. If you ever watched him like speaking recently, it's just like.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even know how to talk. Like man's got dementia.
He's tired. He's
gone. He's old, bro.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be like that. Steve's gonna be. No, Steve won't be like that. I think Steve's pure rage will keep him youthful.
My retirement is gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna be.
Oh,
yeah. When I retire, I'm gonna be on a fucking beach somewhere renting out.
Where you going? You going Fiji?
No, that's too far.
All right. Well, listen.
Somewhere where no one can. I'm like, that's my goal. I don't want anyone to find me. Just Fiona, my.
What were you carrying it into, Sweats?
Going into the angle of, is this an actor playing Biden? This is from Ian Carroll on Twitter. I love Ian Carroll's content. It's like very informative, fairly objective, and just covering on what's going on.
You guys ready for another wild conspiracy?
I would definitely recommend to follow him, but this is kind of going into more of the conspiracy angle of it, where people are saying, oh, is someone playing Biden? But this is like a little bit.
I just don't know that I can take a guy who has orange sunglasses seriously, so I'm already a little.
All right, just listen to this video. It's 6 minutes long, but it's an interesting watch.
Put it on like 1.5 or something.
Okay. Shout out to all of our viewers, by the way. We appreciate you. If you like the content, you like the live stream, be sure to like and share it out and drop a sub if you could. Let me see. Playback speed. Let's put it at 1.5.
This is one of those ones that just can't be true, but it's obviously true. So this one's inspired by Joe Biden being missing for 5 days, resigning from his campaign through a X post that was not on stationery and with a weird signature. No one really knows what's going on there. Dig into it for yourself. And then he appears, first public appearance in a while. He's apparently not sick anymore. He's looking great. And everyone's commenting on how his back looks hunched. He looks like he's really sick or something, but I was noticing something really different. See if you can notice what I'm noticing here in just a second. All right, he's walking up the stairs. All right, he's walking up the stairs. He's charging. And now listen, I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying this is a thing in the real world that you should be aware of as you watch what's going on today and making your own assessments about reality. The CIA has been using Mission Impossible skin masks like on your face for like 40 years. Tony Mendez is famous for pioneering that work. This is from Legacy of Ashes, one of the best source histories of the CIA ever written. Here's another one from Surprise to Kill Vanish, written by Annie Jacobson. This is a direct accounting from Billy Waff, a special forces / CIA operative that was wearing a Dinka disguise back in '89 to disguise himself as like an African dude. He talked about how his mask didn't fit very well back in like '89. If you haven't already seen the footage of the CIA's ex-disguise chief talking on TED Talk stages and stuff about when she briefed President H.W. Bush in the White House Oval Office wearing one of these disguises and he didn't realize it, I got some news for you.
The office I worked in was like the Q in James Bond. One that has to stand out. I went to the White House and I briefed George H.W. Bush, the president at the time, while I was wearing a full face mask. So we're sitting like this close together and I'm telling him that I'm going to show him the best disguise that we have. And he's looking for a bag, like, where is it? I said, well, I'm wearing it and I'm going to take it off. My husband was Tony Mendez, and he was played by Ben Affleck in the movie called Argo.
Aliens and robots? Yes, sir. You're telling me that there is a movie company in Hollywood right now that is funded by the CIA? Yes, sir.
Are there many actors in Hollywood who also moonlight as agents, do you think?
I think there are probably quite a few, yes. I think probably Hollywood is full of CIA agents, and we just don't know it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to discover that, this was extremely common.
They didn't mention it in the movie, but Tony had deep connections to Hollywood, to the tradespeople out in LA that did a lot of things we were interested in doing. Well, LA did have some ideas, of course. That's what they do for a living. They introduced us to a new concept. They said, what you are calling an operation, we call a performance. That's what we do. We put on performances. And before we start working on that performance, we have to define the stage that the performance is going to take place on. Then you have to know who your audience is, who are you playing to, who are you trying to fool. Then they showed us the tools that they used. The one that really caught our eye is what's called a stunt double mask. You all know how they're used.
We're halfway through
when the movie star is so famous or so good looking that they can't risk damaging him. We liked the idea of stunt double masks. They're quick on, they're quick off. They dramatically change your appearance. And we started using them and found them to be valuable to our operations. But that audience piece of it did not allow you to get close enough to one of those masks before the illusion fell apart and you saw it was a mask. So we went back to our disguise labs out at Langley and we invented a whole new genre of masks. Masks that are so good, that are so realistic, that you can actually get up close and have a personal contact with someone for an extended period of time. They're good enough that you can brief the President of the United States in the Oval Office wearing a mask. And he isn't sure if it's you.
But why
or
did
if
she
it's,
directly say the
if it's
president?
someone else. Those masks were the beginning of a whole new generation of work that we did at the CIA. Once we could make these masks that fit you so well,
Why
we
is he
discovered
still on
we
the
could make
screen?
a twin. We could make another you.
I don't
There could be
understand this
two of
video.
you.
This is a TikTok
Make
video.
5 or 6 of you, but usually one extra was all.
That's
we
what
needed.
makes it his content.
So again, I'm not making any claims that like
Yeah,
one thing is
it's
real,
dumb.
one thing is not real. I'm just saying that those things exist and they can be used in the world today by intelligence agencies or anyone else that has access to that technology. So just factor that into your equations when you're thinking like, what is the most likely possibility here? Is what I'm being told by the mainstream outlets likely or even possible at all? Or are there other possibilities that may be unlikely, but perhaps are more likely than whatever the hell is happening on your TV?
That's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day.
It's Mitchell.
I knew you were still there.
To explain that one, I think like when he had said, when Biden said that he got the coof, I'm not going to say it because YouTube is very triggered by it, by anyone saying the word. But he was like, he didn't make any appearances or whatever. She basically, if you kind of like listen to it, she kind of almost says like she's trying to say recording. If we go back and listen to it, let me see here.
Happening on your TV.
All right, listen to it.
President's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day.
Oh, she almost said recording.
Whatever the hell is happening on your TV.
President's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
Well, there, that's that clip. But yeah. So I just felt like that perfectly went into what you were saying about the
aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you,
All right. Can I get the full screen?
All right. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
In the last hour, we said that there was multiple shooters for Donald Trump and they failed. That Joe Biden has been dead. That everyone who's in charge of doing all these things is incompetent and can't do them and can't execute properly. I saw a guy in orange sunglasses listen to a woman talk about masks and how basically describe the scene in The Mask and how they're all illusions and how we can't trust them before Stanley Ipkiss became The Mask. And I hope we're still having fun doing this because I know I'm not. I'm not enjoying myself in this one.
But Steve, this is again, this is like historical stuff. Well, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. We have the ghost hunt coming up, but this is historical stuff that times that we're living in. I think it's cool just to at least to be able to like just to have this as a little footnote and like that we could look back on.
So we're saying that Joe Biden has been dead.
No, nobody's saying that.
No one's saying that. That's the conspiracy theories. It's the whole point. It's a
conspiracy theory, you know?
Okay, look, I'm just trying to bring some reality into this nonsense, please. Okay,
all right.
Listen, here's the deal, right? What is the difference from Joe Biden, from a president being dead and then covering it up and saying, "Oh, we don't know," and then from that and like, JFK and then Lyndon B. Johnson, becoming the president immediately after. And I know there's a conspiracy theory for that one too. All I'm saying is
history repeats itself.
Like, why wouldn't they? Who?
I said history repeats itself.
Okay, that's fine. But why wouldn't they just accept and say, "Hey, Joe Biden has passed. Deepest sympathies. Kamala Harris is going to take." Like, that's why we have succession planning in case someone.
Why wouldn't they say that?
Why wouldn't they do that if that really happened? That's why we have succession planning. That's why we have vice presidents. That's why this system is in place. So in case something happens, right?
Well, I guess psychologically speaking, if you were trying to like convince someone to vote the Democratic side, why would you want to keep Biden alive?
And then you turn around and you usher out Kamala Harris as a Democratic nominee, and everyone backs her, and all the political and all the strong Democratic parties back her instead of saying like, we're gonna go with whoops. You know what I mean?
Well, unless they thought,
yeah, let's vote whoops.
And let's just say this. Let's just say they thought that Biden was more likely to win another election, right, versus Trump. And when the assassination attempt, like everything was falling apart at that point. Like any debates he's been doing against Trump, it's been falling apart. Everyone's been like backing out. They've all been backing out. No one wants to vote Democrats. Then all of the sudden, this assassination attempt happens, but they missed. Now they have no choice but to back Biden down. And wouldn't it be like a really strange coincidence if he died as opposed to like dropping out? Like, wouldn't that be like a really weird? It seems like it would piece things together in the wrong way that the government wouldn't want us to see.
If that's the case, then there's people who are running the country that are not the president, which
absolutely,
which is probably what's happening.
That is what's happening.
It's probably what's happening. I'm not saying it's 100% certainty. And like in that event, it's just like, well, then I get it. Who cares about this election? You know what I mean? Not that I do or don't. I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying, but it doesn't add up. I don't understand why they would do that. You know what I mean? I don't understand
I
why.
do. No, I understand what you're saying.
This. I'm sorry.
Well, I know I get what you're saying. I understand completely what you're saying, and
I don't get why they would do it.
Maybe it's easier to fabricate him being alive than it would be easier to fabricate that he hasn't been dead for a while now, like that he just died. Maybe that would be like something that's easier for them to do.
Why would they?
I've never staged that shit, so
why would they? I know, but like what I'm saying is, why would they? I know snipers. You know what I mean? Why would they get a 20-year-old sniper and say, "Guess what you're going to do today?" and be like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." You know what I mean? Why would they do that? I don't know why they would do. What's the motive?
I mean, he was trained at a facility that CIA officers are actually trained at. That was found out, and then a part of the money trail. It's like Rock Corp or something like that. It's Rock something. BlackRock. He was in an ad for them. And
that's right.
Like I think it was like the day before everything happened, or like just before. BlackRock had like taken all of their stock and betted against all of Trump's social media crashing and burning, and against Rumble. And it wasn't like coincidental, because it was a very large, like you don't just throw that amount of money in the trash unless you know something's going to happen. That was the money trail.
Wait. BlackRock did call options on the stocks.
Yes, go look it up. Go look it up, bro. It's a thing.
I heard about that, but I didn't go too deep into it.
Yeah.
Going to BlackRock should be like its own episode.
I know. Everything connects. That's the whole. It's the whole thing, bro.
I'm not doing that.
All right, we'll make a new show, bro. We'll make a new show. You can
wait.
You can do silly songs with Steve on the side.
Wait. Okay. Listen. Okay. Steve, like, kind of going into what you were talking about. We'll switch gears here in a minute, because I want to get to the Chris Bennington thing and the Pizzagate thing too. But this is a little piece of history that I think was pretty interesting. This isn't it.
Everything is history.
Yes, but you were saying something like how someone's actually running things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's actually precedents of this in the past. Turn your attention to this. Edith Wilson, the first lady who became an acting president without being elected. For 1 year and 5 months, Wilson oversaw her husband's presidential affairs while he recovered from an illness. Unofficially, America has already had what might be called the first lady president, at least according to some historians and biographers of the controversial woman in question, and she certainly was not elected by anyone except arguably her husband, who made their union official on December 18th, 1915. So go ahead.
Isn't this also the same like theme to Godfather 2 or Godfather 3? Like, isn't this the same storyline? Because
the CIA's in Hollywood. We just watched that, bro.
Come on.
No, it's a real thing, though. They put it in front of you, and you digest all of it. And then when it happens in real life, you don't think it's happening because you've seen it in a movie.
Okay, all right.
It's a real thing.
You're saying that it's okay. So can I get the full screen here?
Yeah.
Your argument is that Francis Ford Coppola is a fraud. Is that what you're saying to me right now? Francis Ford Coppola's in on it. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
Well, okay. This is what I'm saying.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Wait, they made it.
Is that the actor or the director?
That's the guy who wrote it, I think.
They made the TV show about the making of The Godfather and like how it was influenced by the mafia, right?
You all might like hate me for a brief moment. I've never seen The Godfather.
I swear to I'm done. Get him off the show.
Never seen it. I actually don't even know what it's about, but like I know enough about the government to know that this is a thing. It's a common theme, bro.
Taking the L's tonight, buddy. Golly, Bob Howdy, man.
Look. All I gotta say. All right. All I got to say here is I'm paying attention to the real world while you're watching all the movies. And when America's like, the government's like, hey, look at this shiny thing over here, right here. Look at these orange sunglasses over here, Steve. They're doing this over here. They're doing this over here. And Steve's like, oh, I like to watch the shiny thing.
I don't have a TikTok.
You know, I don't even use TikTok for it.
The first time I saw that was on the show.
But wait a minute.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm saying the government They distract you with one thing while they're doing something else. It's
Hold
a
on.
consistent thing. But Steve is the type to not dig because
Hold
it's
on.
not fun.
Hold up. I want to get Whip's take on all this because he's been a little quiet. What do you think about all this? What's going on? Oh,
you're muted.
You're
The government's
muted,
The
Woods.
government's in on it. The government's in on it.
They're muting him. They don't want to
They
hear.
said, "Oh no, don't you dare!"
Woods has the truth.
But I pulled that up just to show you, Steve, that
who muted me? The government? The government muted me?
The government.
There might be.
I actually have a theory, and you guys all might freak out right now, and Steve might get upset.
Hold on, wait.
That's an op.
No, mute him.
That might be an op right there. He wants me muted. He's trying to shut me down, Whoops.
Listen, no, I have a new segment. Instead of shower thoughts, Kaz conspiracy. Go.
Yeah, I'm here. I got pocket full.
All right, before we get to that, though, I want to hear Whoops' take because I want to get his take on this because he's a little quiet.
He's looking for a sandwich.
Words, what do you make of all this insanity going on? Like, how does it make you feel?
Well, besides these two going back and forth, I just feel like they really did try to kill him. I feel like he really did almost get assassinated.
When you say
I
they,
haven't.
what do you mean they?
Who?
Like, do you mean this random person, or do you mean
Yeah.
a group
No,
of
there's
people?
somebody else. There's somebody else behind. There's somebody else behind with him. That's what I think.
Whoops has the truth.
There's somebody else back there. But he got caught. He's the one who got caught. We'll never know because he got killed too.
Or maybe we will know one day.
Are you more along the lines of Steve, where it's like there's less than meets
Let's
the
not
eye?
act like what I'm saying is bad. And
No,
angry.
that's it.
You know what I mean? Are you along the lines of Steve?
No. Because I'm just because Steve, you're from what I take from your position, it's more of like what's like
He just doesn't want to talk about it. That's what I get out of it. He just doesn't want to talk about it.
But no, if we were to go past that, his willingness to talk about it or whatever, which you're doing great, cousin, you're doing great. But like you're more along the lines of there's less confusion and like these inner struggles of power and stuff. It's more so on us that's making these things up than what's actually happening. Is that a fair statement to say? What kind of your position is on this, Steve?
That's a really good question that I'm going to invoke my my Fifth Amendment back. Because I see what you were doing there. Because what side I go, it gets me closer to having the conversation.
He's trying to get you in
two
here.
ways to go there. And no, I'm going to invoke my Fifth. Listen, I was one of the only people to get 100% of my U.S. Constitution test, so I am very well.
Okay.
I am
All right.
very well equipped to have this conversation.
I believe
It's
you.
just that this is not the right forum to have it. And yes, I understand the psychology of people and but the thing to me is, what is the motive? He's already been president. Oh, we don't want him to be president again. Joe Biden's dead. We don't want Kamala Harris in there, so we're going to act like he's alive. But now she's the Democratic nominee, right? Like, I don't understand any of the motives because at the end of the day, look. Okay, can I have the full screen for a second?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Kaz, I want to get to the Kaz conspiracy. It's really important to me that I hear that because as a guest, I value you. But here's the thing, right? The thing is this, I watched a documentary about Eazy-E, and, it was a good one. And they were talking about, I think Suge Knight killed my dad, or I think, this other guy killed my dad, or the government killed my dad, or the police killed my dad. And at the end of the day, you know what happened? They didn't answer what the fuck, who actually killed him. So I spent 4 hours of my life. Binge watching a Eazy-E, Who Killed Eazy-E documentary. And I liked it. It was good. At the end of it, in the beginning of it, they were like, oh, he doesn't have a really good grave. It was pretty small. At the end of it, they changed the grave. And that was the only thing that changed, right? So it's just like, why do I want to sit there and spend all my time looking into conspiracy theories? Fuck that. I want to go outside for a walk. Kaz, conspiracy theories. Let's go, Kaz.
Okay. You asked what was the motive. But what if they wanted everybody looking at this while they're over there doing something else? There's been, and this is something I've discovered recently, and you can do your research. There is a certain amount of probability, and has already previously been a few earthquakes in America, and there's some weird probability going on here that there could be some like very earth-shattering earthquakes across America, making a very large span of America uninhabitable. And there's also a lot of conspiracies around that and a lot of weird things happening with that. But no one's been looking at any of that because everybody's been staring at the Trump thing.
Well, wait a minute. I'm sure if there was some actual earthquakes going on, someone would post
Look it up
about it.
Look it up.
The only thing that I've seen.
That's all I gotta say. Look it up.
The only thing that I've seen remotely to that geographically is like Yellowstone, a big explosion at Yellowstone.
That's part of it.
But I mean,
they turned off their seismic like sensors at Yellowstone, coincidentally.
Oh, okay. So
apparently there's a lot of people that believe that our government and scientists have the capability to intentionally cause earthquakes
and manipulate the weather. Remember, like,
of course they do.
Now trail this all back to when our government officials told us that they have spoken to aliens, and that the aliens told us, our government officials, that they can't tell anyone about us because our people weren't ready to hear about aliens yet.
I don't understand. Okay, that's another one. First of all, I got a couple things to say here. One, what is their criteria for guests? Because like it's obviously pretty low. Okay. Like,
whoa there, Steve. Listen up, Steve. All right. I'm just here to provide thought. And you might have missed my Mark Twain quote again, so let me repeat it real quick.
Unfortunately, I heard it.
It's easy to fool someone, but it's hard to convince Steve he's been fooled.
let me get to some of the comments here. What the chat is saying. Okay, Puffy coming in with a hot take. He says Biden has nothing but what's going to be on the early bird special today on his mind. Hey, the sloth is just laughing, having a good time. He also says Jason Bourne is how the agents operate. It's not a movie; it's a documentary. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, there's
okay. Here's my thing about the government and aliens and people not being ready. Who the fuck cares if there's aliens at this point? You know what I mean? To be honest, this is the best time to tell people, hey, guess what? Oh yeah, there's aliens too. You know what I mean? Because we're like all on information overload. You know, it's been a crazy year. Yeah, aliens are probably real, not because I think they are, just because what else can happen? You know? And what do I need to be ready for? Oh, there's aliens. What does that do for me? I still got to go to work. I still got to get gas. I still got to make sure that there's groceries in my house. What does that do for me?
That's what they want, bro.
Are they around us? Are they going to come get us? Is there going to be a Mars attacks type of situation here that I need to be prepared for? What does that do to me? It does nothing. Who's not prepared for aliens to exist? Who? Raise your hand if you're not prepared for aliens to exist. That's what I thought.
Wait, what was the question again?
Are you prepared for aliens to be real?
Hell no.
No, bro.
And of all people, it would be the elected officials that they would come to, right? It would be like, oh, guess what? We're going to go to that big, like there's big houses everywhere. You don't think like what's the connection to the government that they would know because they have the resources? Child, please.
Well, that all lines up with the Venusians, bro.
We're almost done here.
Steve doesn't even know who the Venusians are, bro. That's what's crazy.
I don't, and I don't care who they are. You know why? Because I still got to get up in the morning. I still got to go to work. It doesn't change the real things I have to do with my day, right? It's just that. Oh shit, I'm bleeding.
Uh-oh. Based Buzz says, Steve, you need to smarten up, buddy.
I pull out my master's degree?
Yeah, you might. That might be a good idea.
By the way, considering a PhD, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And did you? Okay, speaking. First of all, here's what I hate about the internet. Right? Is people who clearly don't know how to spell talk shit to you. There's not 3 Z's in Buzz. The only thing you're doing is putting me to sleep, asshole.
Tell him, Steve. Shut him down.
Keep yelling at the internet. I love it.
So let's kind of wrap up at least this part, so we could go on to another.
Okay, there. I want to know what Steve thinks about this next thing.
Wait. Before I do that, to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so who knows what's gonna happen going on? You know, further as we get onto the election, more crazy stuff. We'll have to see. But this is definitely, I definitely wanted to do this because it's just interesting, and like it'll be nice to like have like, I don't know if necessarily our kids or stuff like will like look back at this specific time in history and be like, oh, where were you when this happened? You know, yada yada. I don't know necessarily if that will happen. You know, everyone has a different idea, I guess. But I feel like for me, just to be able to capture this moment, because it does feel like a lot of things are changing. The energy. I mean, maybe, you know, if you're like more on the spiritual side, like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, discovery going on, you know, with the information being out there and stuff like that. And a lot of things are changing and a lot faster than they did previously. But it's definitely a lot of interesting stuff going on, and I like to cover it. But you know what else is interesting? Let me show. I'll pull it up on screen here. Should I go? It's
I'm just looking at conspiracy theories.
Elon Musk accepts Venezuelan dictators and Nicolas Maduro's challenge to a fight. Just when you thought 2024 couldn't get any crazier, Maduro says, Elon Musk, whoever messes with me dries up. Whoever messes with Venezuela dries up, Elon Musk. You want to fight? Let's have it, Elon Musk. I'm ready. I'm not afraid of you. Let's go at it. Whatever you want, just say where. And Musk responded, I accept. He will chicken out. This is the level. This is the level that we're at.
Okay, I got a conspiracy theory right here that I want to share.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see. Share your screen.
I'm not going to share it because I got a lot of tabs open.
Okay.
All right. So have you guys noticed that the mosquitoes are more violent this year?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, right. They're more violent and they're bigger too, right?
Are they Bill Gates's?
Well, apparently, according to Times of India, the enlarged mosquitoes and more violent mosquitoes are a growing population for the resurrection of dinosaurs within the U.S. As you know, pterodactyls have been found and seen more and more in the northwestern hemisphere, meaning Seattle, Kaz, just so you know.
Okay, buddy.
I just want you to know where it's at. With certain where am I? With certain Ontario residents complaining of their roofs being cut off, ripped off overnight, and they're saying that it's all stemming from the larvae in the actual dinosaur eggs that are coming back to life as paleontologists start to go through and resurrect these things, and they're putting them in some type of Jurassic Park type thing. So maybe there is something to the movies, huh? What do you think?
There's pterodactyls in Canada.
Well,
yeah. What do you think about that?
I believe it.
I can believe
it.
Yeah,
I'd pay to go see it.
Why do you think Jurassic Park has been blowing up? Why are we getting so many new? Nobody asked for new Jurassic Park, and then all of a sudden we just start getting it.
Hey,
why are we yelling?
CIA.
Why are we yelling?
Because that's the conspiracy spirit, Woobs.
I made that conspiracy up.
I need everyone to hear me. Okay.
Kaz,
I need everyone in the world to hear me.
Hey, you down there, be quiet. Did you hear me? I said that I made that conspiracy up.
Doesn't matter. It's out there now.
Yeah, it's out there now.
It's out there now.
Bigger
That's all-
mosquitoes.
and you know what? That's just you putting that in front of me to hide whatever you're doing over here, Steve.
Yeah.
All right. Don't even worry about that. Yeah, what's going on over there, Steve? That's what I want to know.
Well, why do you have that? Why do you have that board back behind you?
Because I'm a streamer. When people donate, they get put on the list. It says heroes on it, but I had to turn on a light for my other camera for this podcast. But anyways, all right. The next part of this, I want to cover specifically for Steve. I don't know how much you've kept up with the news, Steve, but do you know what happened shortly after this assassination attempt and Biden dropping out and everything? Do you know what happened in America?
You know I don't know that.
You don't have any idea.
Well, first of all, you're giving me a hypothetical.
It was mainstream news. It was big. It was a big thing that happened in America. People couldn't get into their bank accounts.
Oh yeah, you're talking
Microsoft completely
when you narrow it down,
shut down.
It's
like the biggest thing that happened. That's detrimental to everything that we do.
Time the fuck out. You gave me this very vague description. Something really big.
You told me there's pterodactyls in Canada, Steve. All right.
Remember what happened, Steve? Do you remember what happened when this was going on, Steve? Remember that, Steve?
I said, do you remember what happened?
I don't know. I barely know it's fucking Thursday. I'm trying to make it to payday.
See, guys? See, this is what... All right, now listen. A well-researched human being right here. Me. I can read. I found this to be pretty
interesting.
Okay. All right. So here it is, and I want to know Steve's thoughts on this because this plays directly into the Hollywood. This plays into everything. All right. So all that shutdown. You know, can you share my screen? Can you share my screen real quick?
Let me share your screen.
Have you seen this movie, Steve?
Yeah, I have.
Oh yes.
Do you know what this movie's about?
Yeah, it's about I think somebody has a cyber attack and all that stuff, and Teslas go into the thing and whatever. I don't know. They lose control of everything. I remember it.
It was like a national attack, right?
On America. It was a national cyber attack. Yeah, and the deers. There's something about the deers or something. I don't know.
Do you know who directed the movie?
I don't. Well, he didn't direct it, but he was a producer behind it. And Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Right?
Obamas, yes, the
But
Obamas.
was he the actual? Hold on, wait. I'm already pissed off. Was he the actual director, going action to Ethan Hawke, or was it?
No. They just produced it.
He produced
they produced it.
But does it matter?
I think it came out of their
Yes, it does.
movie.
You know why?
company.
Why is our former president producing Netflix movies about cyber attacks on our nation?
Do you know how business works? Do you know how it works? Listen. Okay, let me explain it to you. LeBron James owns a lot. LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal, they own a lot of what's the pizza chain that they have?
Little Caesars.
No, not Little Caesars.
No, it's another one.
You know what I'm talking about, Whoops?
Yeah, I know.
I forgot what it is, but they own a whole bunch of them, right? And they're they own the companies that own those pizza companies, but they don't fucking say oh, you know what, we're gonna short the cheese. So when people say LeBron James is shorting me cheese on my Blaze Pizza, that's what it is. When they say that, they just have hey, we want to open a fast food chain and it's gonna be about pizza and you're gonna make X amount of money. They're like, cool. That's the same thing that happens with the Obamas when they produce these movies. Hey, there's this movie about a cyber attack and Ethan Hawke's going to be in it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to be cool. You know what I mean? And then around the same time, I remember because we talked about it. What's his name? The Mark Zuckerberg. He has this mansion house that's in the mountains or whatever. It's all fake. It's not real. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
Well, I just want to know what you thought about it. That's it.
The movie?
Yeah, just about that whole thing, that the Obamas produced it. I thought it was kind of weird. That's all I was saying. Remember, I'm playing conspiracy advocate here, okay? So I am playing the role that believes in these things. I'm not sitting here and saying I believe in them in real life, all right? This is entertainment value, all right?
Based Buzz says, Steve, I feel like you're afraid of the truth, but you have to face it.
I know my truth, Base Buzz. I know my truth. Okay? My truth is that I wake up tomorrow, I go to work, I come home, I ride bikes with my son, maybe I go to a swimming pool, and I make some chicken on the grill. That's it. That's my truth.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Puffy says the Obamas know all.
He's a simple man.
Steve is a simple man.
I'm a simple man. You know, I enjoy nice walks, calling whoobs on my way home from work. What's the big deal?
Has he been calling you on his ways to work, Wubs?
He called me today, but I wasn't able to talk to him. Yesterday I called you. We thought he was gonna chime in, but he never did.
We were looking.
The last thing I want to be is on the three-way call with you two the day before I'm on a video meeting that's recorded for no one to watch for like 2 hours.
Well, to each his own.
What if this is the episode that makes you famous?
That is true.
We say that every month, and it never happens. We went to Bachelor's Grove, and that never happened. What was the views on Bachelor's Grove? And you know what though? Like some people would be upset if they, didn't get if they started a podcast and didn't get followers. But for us, like I enjoy it like that. We're the you know why? Because I say we are the internet's best kept secret.
That's a good way to look at it. That's the good way to look at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
39 views. The Haunting of Bachelor's Grove, 39 views. I almost got possessed. We only got us 39 views.
It was for the experience.
That is true. That is
crafted you into who you are.
That is true.
Okay, so I have one for Sweats now. All right.
All right.
All right, Sweats. I'm going to share my screen, and I want to know your thoughts on this image.
All right. Let's see here. The world ahead. Let's see.
Okay. You can all take as much time as you need.
Okay, that's
Zelensky. This is the magazine cover for The Economist.
Okay, that's Zelensky to the top left, Xi Jinping to the bottom right, Biden to the bottom left, and that's Putin. Okay. The Economist is putting this stuff out, huh?
This is supposedly Trump. Okay. And Trump is opposing a woman.
Okay.
So there's something, right?
Okay.
There's all these minerals, earth repositories, hurricane, temperatures rising.
I gotta say it's pretty interesting to look at, but why is The Economist coming out with this?
Okay, so there is a video, and it's not very long, that explains like all of the weird stuff about it. We could pull it up now, or you guys can just watch it off stream. I don't really care. But essentially, like in the middle, this is a ballot box.
Okay.
Right? But there's nothing on the ballots.
Okay.
So it's like essentially what the theory is, and yes, they release these every year, right around the same time. So like there was one that was the World Ahead 2023, and then every year they've been doing this, and it's been kind of weird, kind of sus.
Yeah.
But this weird concept, like time is running out, and then it's showing specific parts of the globe. I don't know what this is. Supposedly some Illuminati thing using TV and mainstream media to go into our minds. But there's a concept that everyone is going to unite in the world for some reason. We don't know why. But like, we're not just going to be one government anymore, is the theory.
That's where you lost me right there, though.
Okay.
That's where you lost me.
Like I said, I could pull up the video and let the guy explain it if you really want to hear it.
Now, this one I like. This one I actually like because I do enjoy The Economist. I haven't seen this one. But instead of the hourglass running out of time, I look at it and I say that war has to be over soon.
I'm pulling up the video.
Okay.
It'll be on the video, but it'll explain. Because this one kind of like got me. I was like, bro, what is?
Yeah, but
what is this?
But hold on, listen. When I see that, I look at that and I say, the war in Ukraine has to end soon, right? Because I think people forget that that's still going on, which is kind of crazy that Ukraine can hold off Russia that long.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with that, but I will
here it is.
I will say that the Economist is a mainstream publication. I don't.
It's weird.
It's interesting.
They put it right in front of you.
It's interesting that they put it there, but they're mainstream. Like they're not part of the opposition, I guess, or like the grassroots movements, I guess. Is this the video? When was that published, by the way?
That's a good question.
These last couple of weeks have been absolutely crazy, absolutely wild. A lot has happened, a lot of back and forth, a lot of flip-flopping, a lot of different narratives have been floating around ever since July 13th. Make no mistake about it, 2023 going into 2024 and currently in 2020.
Time out. Go backwards. The one that I thought we were going to talk about, the one conspiracy that I thought we were going to talk about, if you go that lady right there, I thought you guys were going to bring up that lady in this. Yeah.
Oh, how she brings up like her phone and starts filming.
Yeah. How she was.
I mean, here's the thing. There's like hundreds of conspiracy theories around this already, and I didn't want to bring like every little one to the table. I just I was trying to bring the ones that I actually thought were like kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think originally what I saw was like they were trying to say that originally was the director of the Secret Service or something, which was Kim Cheadle, but obviously that proved to not be true.
I think we can all agree that everyone's reaction to the assassination attempt in the video was weird. Like the crowd, really weird. Like I don't know. I just if I were there, I would have been like laying on the ground or like running. And then like if I were Trump, why would I care about my shoes at all?
Yeah,
and then why would I expose my body more? and like they don't know how many people are there or anything.
To play devil's advocate, maybe he was just like, dang, man. Maybe he was a G. He was like, man, I paid a lot of money for these shoes. I didn't leave in these shoes. Fuck that.
Okay, but put yourself in those shoes.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, because they knocked him. The Secret Service like knocked him down, and I guess his shoes fell off. Because they're like dress shoes. He was probably wearing those like slippery church socks that can just slide right out.
Okay.
Them loafers, what?
Yeah, but like if it was you, Steve, if you were president of the United States and that happened, one, would you care about your shoes? And then two, would you expose yourself to the open again to throw your fist in the air?
First of all, Steven doesn't wear slip-ons. Steven doesn't wear slip-ons.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would try it. I don't think anybody would try that shit with me. Let me just put it like that. Right? Don't forget, I'm fucking Steve, man. I'm
President Steve.
Coach Steve.
What's gonna happen is then they got to deal with Woobs, and if they get past Woobs, they got to deal with Scott, and then you'll be there calling the police and saying someone's shooting.
No, I'll be in my room looking up all the conspiracies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You get my point though, right? That it is weird. It's strange behavior. Like if I personally got shot at and it hit my ear, the whole nine, I'd be on the ground like letting these people cover my body. I'd be in fetal position until it's like absolutely safe, and then I'd like not be covered. I'd be walking out, get in my car, and then get out of there. I wouldn't be like, yeah, if there's another one of you, you know what I mean? Because like it just doesn't add up to me. And that's why it like a lot of people thought it was a PR stunt, because
the most logical thing after something like that would be to say, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, and when that thing hit his ear and he instantly like went down, that was also like it was weird. It all played out really weird. Everything. And like there was stuff about like the blood and what it looked like compared to like what fake blood looks like on like WWE wrestlers and shit like that. And like it all like there's so many, but you'd have to spend hours covering every single little one, you know? So, and to be honest, like in direct correlation to that, it's not that entertaining to cover much more. But when you dive into the other things like this Economist magazine or like the stuff that happened at these like next rallies, like Trump coming out to the 50 Cent thing, all of that's going to be the fun stuff to cover. So that's what I'm trying to like jump to. So this will be like one of the more serious things, and then we should like move on to those more entertaining. Like, what is our country coming to? Because it's like idiocracy.
Do you think this will get copyrighted?
No.
Is this from the Economist channel or
no? This is a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
It's running
All right.
fast. Running fast.
Wild. A lot has
Or get to the best bits. Get to the best bits.
happened. A lot of best to back away now, trying to show us any future events to.
I mean, he jumps right into it. This isn't like the video Sweats played.
Okay.
But what I want to do is take another look at the 2024 Economist magazine cover, the Illuminati card game, among others, to see if they're trying to show us any future events to come. Spoiler alert, we may be mongering some fear here, so if you do not want your fear mongered, it's best to back away now. But if you want to continue to see what's in store for us, let's go ahead and begin.
I don't know if I'm ready for any fear mongering.
And he used like the classic Phil Mora. That's how you know this guy's like a low grade like YouTuber.
Back on November 16th, 2023, The Economist released their 2024 magazine cover. That cover was titled, Introducing the World Ahead, Future Gazing Analysis, Predictions, and Speculation. There were many YouTubers, many people on other platforms, including myself, that were talking about this magazine cover because The Economist will do this almost every year. They will release a magazine cover that is pretty questionable. The Economist magazine covers always happen to show a future event that will play out, so people, like I said, were picking this magazine cover apart, coming up with different theories. Now, originally, when I made a video on this magazine cover, I thought The Economist was showing us Project Bluebeam, the false flag alien invasion. The reason behind that theory happens to be the goal behind Project Bluebeam, uniting all the countries around the world under a one world government thanks to this false flag alien invasion. If you take a look at the Economist cover, you can see there is color coding going on here between the colors red and blue. There is also the theme of as above, so below taking place on this magazine cover as well. What's happening at the top is reflecting what's happening at the bottom. What's happening on the right is reflecting what's happening on the left, and vice versa. What stood out to me about this magazine cover, if you look at the top, you can see there are two circles, white and black. They're merging together. This is the solar eclipse, but if you look at what's reflecting the solar eclipse, at the bottom you'll see two more circles, blue and red. If you look at the world leaders in the middle, you can see they are color-coded red and blue. The Economist magazine is telling us, just like the solar eclipse, the red and blue will also be merging together. These world leaders will be merging and coming together. The United States, among other countries, which also includes Zelensky, Putin, Netanyahu, and Xi Jinping, will all become one. So what is going to happen that will cause this great merger that the magazine happens to be predicting here? The circles also come together directly under the election ballot box. So will something happen around the 2024 United States election? I may be wrong here, I may be reaching here, but I do believe this magazine cover is trying to tell us there will be no election for the United States. You would think the ballots inside this ballot box would be red and blue, to color code Democrats and Republicans. But the ballots are blank. What really gets me though is this merging circle with a question mark that's directly on and under the ballot box. That is definitely something we cannot ignore. We really can't ignore anything on this cover, and that is because something on this cover already came true. If you look at the very top, you can see a silhouette of Trump. Inside that silhouette, you can see a question mark. Now I found this funny because in another video, in the comment section of that video, somebody pointed out that that question mark happens to look like an ear. Whether that's the intention or not, I do find that pretty funny because we did have a video come out months before this incident at Trump's rally where a man had predicted Trump would be shot in his ear. To the left, you can see the silhouette of a female. This is Trump's opposite. This is who Trump is running against. You can also see the opposites above these two silhouettes. The dove above Trump, nukes war above this female. People had thought that this female was Mexico's president. But as you can see, Trump is now running against a female, his opposite, Kamala Harris. Is the Economist magazine cover trying to tell us choosing Trump will lead to peace, choosing Kamala will lead to war, will lead to chaos? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, looking at the cover, we will still be merging into one. What I also find interesting is that they are showing us an hourglass where time is running out, and this hourglass connects to the election ballot box. Are they telling us that time is up around the election, that something big is going to happen around the election? If you look to the right of the ballot box, you can see the economy is crashing. If you look to the left, you can see what looks like to be a great deception. There are brains connected to this TV. These brains are the public. Inside this TV, you can see the Eye of Lucifer. This Eye of Lucifer means there's a great deception taking place here, and we are watching this great deception play out. This deception could be indeed what took place at Trump's rally. Ever since July 13th, there has just been a lot of back and forth, a lot of flip-flopping when it comes to the information that was released. But I don't think that these brains connected to this TV, which has the Eye of Lucifer inside, has anything to do with what happened on July 13th. I think they're trying to tell us that something big is around the corner, and we are being deceived, and whatever this big thing is will lead to no election in the United States, will lead to these countries merging together, and ultimately leading to a big economic crash around the world.
The earthquakes leading to no election. That's like
It all comes back to the earthquakes.
yeah, that's this guy's theory pretty much. But it is weird that this like main magazine like put out this cover and it does like depict like all of this stuff. He also covers like if you skip forward like
or its apparently uncanny ability to foretell the future.
This is like a card game that came out in the 90s, and the guys who made this card game, their shop actually got raided by the CIA, which is weird. And this card game has like successfully depicted like future events.
It's like, man, I mean, all this stuff. It's like I can only take so many psyops, man. Like I can only take so many psyops at once. Like, you know, I sometimes it's like, man, I do really wish things were just like black and white.
Like what took place on July 13th. One of the cards that always seem to stand out is this terrorist nuke card and also the attack on the Pentagon, which symbolizes what took place on 9/11. We can see an explosion midway up the skyscraper in a scene that looks undeniably like what took place on 9/11. There is another card called Martial Law, which shows two army men in front of barbed wire fencing. This barbed wire fencing is going around the White House. Now, the Independent states that this is a scene realized in summer of 2020 during the Black Lives Matter demonstration in Lafayette Square in response to the police ending the life of George Floyd, and this barbed wire fencing is shielding the president. This card could also eerily reflect what took place on January 6th in Washington, D.C., the riots on the Capitol building, because after there was barbed wire put up and we were shown photos from news and media, army, military personnel in front of this barbed wire. There is also the charismatic leader card, which they say reflects Donald Trump, this blonde-haired leader who's charismatic, rallying a crowd. This Hillary Clinton card is also...
But either way, they have a bunch of cards. These cards depict different things. Some of them have come true. It's kind of like the whole Simpsons thing, which apparently this assassination attempt was the first debacled Simpsons prediction, because the Simpsons predicted Trump would die.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird because usually the Simpsons is right, and now all of a sudden they're wrong. It's all out there. It's all out there, you know.
Man. Yeah.
But anyways, on to the fun stuff.
All right. Yeah.
All right, I gotta go soon.
All right. Let's try to wrap it up. What was some of the things you wanted to pull up, Cass?
Okay, well, the first one, obviously, and this is probably Steve's favorite. You know, Steve's a real fan of this American hero, and
oh yeah.
Oh,
you know,
wait a minute! Don't you dare, Kaz.
Coincidentally,
no, it's fun.
This happened after everything went down. Go ahead.
Oh, I know. I know what it is.
Show the screen.
This is something that's funny. This is lighthearted. It has nothing to do with the last episode. It's just funny.
Right, and I see Donald Trump, I think about how his business was compromised. But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next President of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
So that happened.
You gotta give it to the Hulkster. He still knows how to perform. Even I don't know how old he is.
And if you see like Trump's face the whole time too, like,
dude, if freaking Hulk Hogan was shouting me out, dude, I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, let's fucking go. But that was definitely entertaining. Yeah, man. A lot of crazy stuff, man. Especially with the whole economist, and the thing that it was published in 2023 was fairly interesting as well. There's just there's so many psyops, too little time. Okay, but I guess maybe I feel like maybe we could go over the Chris Bennington thing.
Well, before
because
and I haven't watched this so we'll watch like 10 seconds of it.
Okay.
This was Kamala's basic response to the Hulk Hogan stunt.
Okay, let's see.
She brought
right in the birthplace of the culture. It's also the same place to launch the first African American woman to run for president,
which is like a famous rapper, to introduce her.
We're changing the culture again.
And the entire narrative, like you just said, is changing the culture. The entire narrative behind her presidential run is that she's black, which is crazy because up until now, if you watch any of her previous accomplishments or anything, she always like pushed that she was Indian, which she's Jamaican and Indian. That's like her parents are Jamaican and then one is Indian. But she always pushed her Indian narrative until now. And now she brought out Quavo. And I'm not going to play the Megan Thee Stallion video because she twerks on the stage. And I haven't seen it. So I don't know if it's appropriate.
Bro, this stream is, I know, I just have that feeling that YouTube
You
is.
should have brought out The Rock. That's the ultimate get back is The Rock.
Well, and it is interesting, but I don't know who The Rock would support. And I think ultimately this assassination attempt, the whole entire motive was to shut down Tenacious D. I think that was it. I think that's why we did it. So, and to cancel Jack Black.
Well, I remember last year. I remember last year.
It's so funny. Okay, so like Tenacious D was playing a show in like Australia, and it was one of their birthdays, and Jack Black brought out the cake, and he's like, "Okay, make a wish," and the guy says, "Don't miss Trump next time." That was the joke he said, and Jack Black acted all flabbergasted and everything, and then everyone went. And then Tenacious D doesn't make music anymore. They canceled their tour, and like everyone's trying to cancel Jack Black.
Wow.
And they got kicked out of the country. That happened too. And Jack Black is an avid Democrat. He actually like spoke for Biden back in Biden's election 4 years ago. So yeah, all of this stuff just like it's our culture and our society is in this weird, strange space where it doesn't matter who you are, what your opinion is. Like, you know what I mean? Like your entire life can just be like flushed down the toilet just like that. For a one sentence joke.
Yeah, I think one thing that would be interesting to cover on a future episode would be it's a book called The Fourth Turning. You ever hear of The Fourth Turning? The Fourth Turning, basically. Well, we'll leave that up for another. It's like it talks about generations and how like history repeats itself, and you know how it's like a cyclical. It's all cyclical. You know, it's interesting stuff. I probably have to read the book beforehand, but probably before we could bring it to the show, or at least kind of get more of a better understanding about it. But I think all what you're talking about and like culture and how you know things feel different and crazy and stuff like that. I think it's like all sort of like part of that cyclical nature of like society, and you know. But I think we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. Let's get some final thoughts. Kaz, what are some final thoughts you have to share?
Steve for president 2024.
Are you ready for that,
Steve? Actually,
who's gonna be your running mate?
Oh, that's true. It's gotta be me. The fuck?
No, not Sweats. That'd be a terrible idea.
Probably my friend Johnny.
Who the hell is Johnny?
Yeah, who is that, Steven?
I'd probably
He's
have my
more
friend
smart
Johnny.
and sophisticated than Sweats.
Or my friend Brad.
I didn't know you had other friends.
Yeah, me and Wibbs are both flabbergasted that you would say Johnny as your running mate.
Johnny and Brad.
Running against me for president.
What the hell is so special about Johnny anyway?
And
I
Brad.
think he's more diplomatic than you two.
More diplomatic?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm diplomatic as fuck, Steve.
If I had to go to Russia and leave you with the keys to the country, I think I'd come back.
Oh, for real?
I'd come back and it'd be like,
dude, it'd be locked in, dude. Nothing would happen to us.
Excuse me? You did
We'd be
what?
locked in.
What did you raised the taxes again?
Hey,
I talked to you about this.
Listen, I would abolish.
What would I do, Steven? Steven, what would I do? What would I do, Steven?
Nothing. You'd be like, "Oh, Steven will deal with it when he gets back."
I'll have you know.
Civil unrest. Oh, Steven will deal with it when he gets back.
Steven will deal with it when he gets back.
Let me go downstairs and play video games.
I would not raise the taxes. I would not raise the taxes. I would actually abolish the Fed. I would abolish the Federal Reserve and how they steal from us every year. But anyway,
that's what I would get mad at you about.
We would be so much better off, though, Steve. We would be so much better off.
You did what? You had Kaz in the Oval Office, and you guys you guys did Sweats and Steve in the Oval Office.
That'd be fire.
You guys were talking about conspiracy theories.
But it's not actually me. But it's not actually me. All right, it's not me. It's Keanu Reeves. But it's me in a skin mask that's Keanu Reeves. So no one knows it's me. It's Keanu Reeves.
Flatter yourself.
No, it is what it is. It is what it is, Steve. You wouldn't even know. You'd think Sweats was just buddies with Keanu Reeves all of a sudden.
But any other final thoughts, Steve?
No, this is my least favorite episode, and I didn't enjoy anything. I really think we need to have a better vetting system of our guests. And I don't understand why Woobs is still here if we're not going to change it from Sweats and Steve to like the Super Friends or something. He's on every episode. Let's just include him. Let's just end Sweats and Steve and put Woobs on something. Let's come up with a new name.
I like my picture right in the middle.
Let's see that picture again.
In the opening credits.
Picture. It's not picture. It's picture.
Picture. That's what I said, Steven. There, I like it right there. Right in the middle.
I hate the fact that you got a picture of me with sunglasses because it doesn't seem organic to my character.
We'll switch it up. Next time I see you, we'll get an actual picture of you. I'm gonna pull your teeth and get you to take a picture. Your least favorite thing to do. Woobs, what are your final thoughts on all of this?
My final thoughts is that Trump will live on. He'll live on longer than we think.
Okay. Any other final thoughts for you personally?
Personally, no.
Okay. Simple men on this podcast. Kaz, what are your final thoughts, buddy?
I'll just say the YouTube that I watched a good chunk of the stuff on was called Minutes of Horror. So anyone that wants to that's where The Economist magazine was and like a lot of the other weird things. He even talks about the earthquakes, the whole nine. If you guys want to do your own research and all that, you can. His videos are pretty solid. They're pretty entertaining to watch and be like, oh wow, mind blown. I think that Woob should be the new co-host and that Steve needs to just step down and focus on boxing and get that locked in and not worry about the vetting process. None of that. There's no time for that, bro.
Hey, you gotta give us a shout out, damn it. Come on, give us a shout out. Do a promo for us real quick. Like, share, and subscribe to Son Steve so I can put it in the intro.
You gotta do it with the voice though.
Yeah, do it with the voice.
With the voice.
Hey, and do us justice, buddy.
Wait. Hold on.
All right.
There you go.
All right, ready. He's getting hyped up. While he's doing that, I guess I'll give my final thought.
It looks like his carpet smells.
Ooh.
Looks like his carpet smells?
It looks like his carpet.
Like it's hot, like it's musty.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what is that? What is that?
Start over.
Kaju here
Start
on the
over.
SWTZ and Steve and Woob's show. We're calling it Woob Central now. And next time you guys want to find some deep, ghastly entertainment, next time you want to go down the rabbit hole, make sure you follow us over here on YouTube and Rumble. Thank you.
Wait, you gotta do it over again because I was laughing and we were talking over you.
Oh my god!
I can't hear anything you guys are saying. That was a good one, right?
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it. You gotta start over. You gotta start because we were laughing while you were doing it.
What?
Come on,
twice? You think I can just double that?
Bro, come on. It's gonna be in the intro clips. Come on.
All right, hold on.
All right, we give you the full screen. You're good.
What's going on, everybody? It's Kaju here on the SWETZ and Steve show. plus Woobs. And we're going to change the name to Woob Central. It sounds better. It has a nicer ring to it. And honestly, he's the center. He's the center of the show. Steve, he's just the negative side. Sweats is the positive side. They're like a Duracell battery, and Woobs is the one holding the battery and then loading it right there deep into the vibrator. If you guys want to go deep down the rabbit hole. If you guys want to go deep.
He called me the vibrator.
No, I didn't. I said you're the one holding it. Okay? That means you have more power than you think. All right? Anyways, subscribe on YouTube and follow on Rumble.
Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. Definitely. And I guess my final thoughts would be, listen, okay? Things have been pretty crazy so far, and they're going to get even crazier, I'm sure, you know? I hope that, you know, all the viewers who are watching, especially on the replay, that at least we take this time to observe that all the craziness going on around us, that ultimately whatever happens, that we really just focus and just appreciate even more the things that we do have and the people and the control that we do have within ourselves and our ability to love one another and the people that are closest to us, because ultimately, no matter who's in power, no matter who's sitting in the Oval Office, it's still just gonna be us. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be us looking out for each other. So,
hell yeah.
Whatever happens, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Have your opinion.
Love you, Steve.
keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying, as we get further into election season. Just keep an open mind. And you know, ultimately just definitely always have in mind what's really important. And that's what I gotta say about that. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode of the Sweats and Steve Show. I want to thank Woobs for coming along. I want to thank Cass Kaiju for coming in, having some laughs with us, as well as Steven for being such a trooper, coming in with the headache, but he stuck with it. He looks ready to go. And yeah, we appreciate everyone watching, liking, and sharing. This has been episode number 59 of the Sweats and Steve Show. We will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, see you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. And may God